Hey boys, it's HarmNone. Today I just wanted to very quickly talk about how much money you're going to need for this new DLC dropping on Tuesday, December 13th. The Los Santos Drug Wars DLC, of course, as you guys probably know it's called by now. Now typically with GTA DLCs, the ballpark figure that you're going to need is about $30 million to $40 million when it's all said and done though. That is including all of the drip feed cars, but today I'm going to be talking about how much money you're actually going to need on day one of the DLC. Because on day one, we usually only get like 5, 6, 7, 8 cars or 8 vehicles and then a new property and then, you know, a few new clothing items, maybe a few new guns, stuff like that. So for this DLC, I'm estimating that you guys are probably going to need anywhere from 10 to $15 million. $15 million, you'll be extremely comfortable for this DLC, I would say. You should be able to buy all of the cars and the new property. $10 million, you can probably buy most of the cars and the new property. Obviously, it depends on how expensive the cars are. Maybe we're going to get a new wave of just extremely expensive cars that are as expensive as the Grotti Itali RSX, stuff like that. You never know, right? But I would estimate that if you have $10 million, you'll probably be able to buy at least 2, maybe 3 of the new cars that you guys really want, as well as the new Acid Lab business and some upgrades for that as well. I think that the business is going to be definitely the most expensive aspect of day one of the DLC. I think with upgrades and customization and all that, the business is probably going to cost, you know, $5 million, I'd say, somewhere in that neighborhood. Obviously, we don't really know too much about it yet, but typically I feel like that's about what the businesses cost if you fully upgrade them when you first get them. This is a business that I think is going to have upgrades similar to like the bunker and businesses like that, where you can upgrade the equipment, the staff, and things like that. So obviously, there's also probably going to be some cheaper options out there too. If you guys are trying to save a little bit of money when buying the business, I'm sure there's going to be an option for you guys out there. So I'd say $10 million is like the minimum amount you're going to want to have for this DLC. We do have double money on gun running sales right now with the bunker, so definitely take advantage of those all weekend long. Until this DLC drops. The bunker's gonna go off of double money the day that the update actually drops. So until then, you guys should definitely be running your bunkers and selling for double money as much as you possibly can, just to make sure that you have enough money for this DLC. Obviously, payphone hits are also 1.5 times money NRP, so you're gonna get a 50% bonus on your payphone hits. You're gonna get about $122,500 per successful payphone hit that you do. So make sure you guys are just running as much as you can, and make sure you have, you know, a fair amount of money for the DLC. I'd actually almost say on day one you're gonna want closer to $20 million, because weapons have been really expensive in the last few updates. The weapons have also been trash in the last few updates. I'm going to make videos on the new guns when they come out as well, and let you guys know if they're even worth buying in the first place, so you guys can hopefully save some money there. But yeah, I'd say between $10 and $20 million total for this update on day one is what you're probably going to want, and then you're going to want about $40 million in total by the time the drip feed is done, but that's probably not going to be until March or April, sometime around then. So, you know, you guys can work on that, you know, as time goes on. Obviously, for most people, you're probably not going to want every single car from the new DLC. You're going to pick and choose the ones you do want. And, you know, obviously, you're going to buy the business that works best for you. You know, if a cheaper one works better for you, if a more expensive one works better for you, just buy whatever you guys feel comfortable with. But yeah, you're going to want $10 to $20 million for this update on day one. I think that's going to be a fair number. $10 million, you might struggle if you're planning on buying like literally everything on day one. You're gonna want a little more than 10 mil. I'd say 15 mil you'd be comfortable to get all the cars and the new business and everything like that. And if you guys want the new guns, you really want to just ball out, get like literally everything that comes out with this update on day one. A little bit closer to $20 million is probably gonna, you know, really make you comfortable and feel like you're able to do that. So yeah, between 10 and $20 million, 20 being the high end, 10 being the low end. That's what you're gonna need for this DLC, guys. So make sure you're just grinding as much as you can over this next weekend to get ready for this DLC, because I think this is gonna be a really, really good one. Anyway, guys, hopefully this helps you out if you guys were questioning how much money you're gonna need for the DLC. Now you should have a pretty good idea. Anyway, guys, if you found this helpful or useful, a like is of course appreciated. If not, dislike. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new for everything related to this DLC, of course. Check out my other video that came out today, and I will see you guys all in the next video. Until then, take care. Peace.